Hello YouTube, Liverpool fan in Japan, Miyazaki Man Sai. This is a channel with substance in abundance, and if you love your analysis with a bit of depth and a bit of slice of life about Japan as well, then this is the place to be. In today's video, we're going to talk about Kylian Mbappe, and we're going to look at this player and the transfer speculation and links to Liverpool holistically. We're going to look at the pros and the cons. Will it be heaven or Armageddon? Let's get into it. So I don't really need to tell you what type of player Kylian Mbappe is. He's been very prominent on the world stage, lighting it up in PSG. He's probably the best player in the world, the highest ceiling, the highest potential, the highest wage package, all that kind of stuff. Image rights, global superstar. Have Liverpool ever signed a player of such caliber, such heights, world in demand at every club? At least every club with a bit of money should be looking at him, right? But he's always been linked to Liverpool and Real Madrid or staying at PSG. So I consider these the three most viable options. So Real Madrid, Galacticos, superstars, they always want someone leading the line. They had Benzema. Benzema's obviously gone to Saudi Arabia, causing a bit of stir there. He might go back somewhere. I think Chelsea were linked to Benzema recently as well, always politically in the news as well. But they want Kylian Mbappe in Real Madrid to lead the line, and it makes sense. He kind of suits the image right in the royal white of Real Madrid, leading the line. Now, Liverpool's links to Kylian Mbappe, why did they first surface and why do they keep going? Well, Klopp has always shown his admiration for Kylian Mbappe. I think they even went to like some kind of private yacht together, cruising on the boats, better than the Blackpool Towers with Van Dijk, right? But anyway, I think Kylian Mbappe's mum is more fan of Liverpool than Kylian Mbappe himself. Maybe a little word in the ear, but isn't his mum also Kylian Mbappe's agent? So yeah, that's very interesting career advice and all that, but he's still young as well. So there's a few prospects here. So Kylian Mbappe, world-class superstar. He started on the right wing, and you love him on the right wing because he can offer explosive pace, amazing finishing across the goal, leading the line, being the offside trap, drifting inside. He's trying to playmaker a little bit more recently, but actually he transitioned from right to centre, central figure for France on the pivot. He can go where he wants, roam there, go into the channels as well, where he's super effective. But nowadays he likes to roam more to the left hand side where Neymar used to be. So this was the conflict between Neymar Jr., big ego as well, big personality, but actually supremely talented. He got fouled like you wouldn't believe it. Some of the fouls against Neymar are absolutely criminal, including the one that broke his back as well, that knee in the back. But yeah, that's the talk for another day. Mbappe likes to go on left hand side, cutting side, shoot across with his right foot as well, scoring lots of goals. Deadly. You can't really stop him. However, Liverpool FC have a lot of options already on the left hand side, cutting inside. You've got Lucho Diaz, Diogo Jota likes to do it as well, Gakpo likes to cut inside and shoot, Nunes likes to cut inside and shoot as well. But Mbappe is obviously an upgrade on everyone. In fact, there's no one in world football that you probably couldn't replace with Kylian Mbappe if that was all you got. Just a player, the raw attributes, put him on a pitch like glue, like clockwork. Just work their magic, right? You're talking about Pro Evolution Soccer and FIFA. Even if Football Manager, it wouldn't quite work out the way you expect. We'll get into that in a second. Now, the most interesting thing about the contract situation with Kylian Mbappe is end of the season, contract is up. He's a free agent. He could sign a pre-agreement with any club in world football. But in fact, Real Madrid have proposed a pre-agreement with Kylian Mbappe, and he's just been discouraged by it because he's like, I don't want to be forced to do anything. When I made my decision, I've made my decision. So he doesn't want to be pressured into doing what his future decision may be. And that plays nicely into Liverpool's kind of ethos because FSG didn't pressure Klopp. They said, when the time is right, you approach us. If you want to extend, you'll extend. If not, then we completely understand, give him time and space. And similarly, I think Mbappe and his entourage would be appreciative of Liverpool giving him the space to make any decision if there was an offer forthcoming. However, let's look at the potential implications of a free transfer. Now, when there's a transfer fee, it's a big outlay for your accounts and for your finances, not just for initial transfer fee or over the duration of the split transfer fee, but for the wage package, over that time as well. You've got to amortize the fee over the duration of the contract, and it's something that Chelsea are getting away with as well. But there's no hiding the fact that the amount of money that Kylian Mbappe would demand, right? He wants a wage increase, and he's on astronomical amounts of money because he signed something to stay at PSG to further his career there for at least 12 months, and now round circles again. It's a media circus always around Mbappe. Where's his next destination? How much is he earning? Etc. So in order to tempt Kylian Mbappe to Liverpool, the wage package would have to be astronomical. I don't even think Liverpool could meet his current wage package. Yet PSG very recently have offered him an even bigger increase to tempt him to stay even longer, right? So that puts PSG at the front running, because even when Real Madrid kind of balk at the fees and numbers involved, then that's probably expensive. And Liverpool don't even compete with Real Madrid for wages, let alone PSG. So if Liverpool can't afford what Mbappe is on now at PSG, with that renewed terms and renewed deals, the only reason he'd be coming to Liverpool is for sporting reasons. To please his mum, to play under Klopp, to have a new experience, etc. But what would Liverpool have to do? This combined wage package, you're talking about maybe our top three superstars combined. Maybe you're looking at Van Dijk, Salah, And I don't know the next big earner. I want to say either Nunez or Trent or someone along those lines, right? They'll be earning a pretty buck. No, it's probably Thiago Alcantara. Let's put Thiago Alcantara there. Okay, so let's just say Virgil van Dijk, Mo Salah, and Thiago Alcantara, top 3 earners. It's all the 3 wages combined to afford a Kylian Mbappe. If you sign Kylian Mbappe, that's your summer transfer window over. It's probably your next January transfer window over, and probably your next summer transfer window over as well, because the amount of money that would be required to bring him into play is astronomical and would financially cripple you, and you have to make adjustments to meet financial fair play. This is the thing with FSG, and I'll do a separate video on it as well. There is a guaranteed ceiling that you cannot elapse, no matter hook or by crook or the best goodwill or willpower in the world. There's a limit for every single club based on the amount of revenue you generate. Now, this model is slightly flawed because Manchester City have abused it, got their place in world football, got the squad in place, got the infrastructure before a lot of the financial fair play things got into the standings, got into effect, got into legality, and now they're trying to unwind it back, and they've got over 100 cases against them. Very interesting to see how that turns out. But as you saw lately, Everton and Nottingham Forest have fallen foul of financial fair play, and you really don't want to enter that kind of grey area, because the implications are humongous. It could be points deductions, relegation, and you might never get up again because of the crippled state of your revenue, infrastructure, your team, all that kind of stuff. It's not a good feeling. So fortunately, Liverpool are responsibly handled. So credit to FSG at least for giving us a responsible platform to build off. So coming back to Kylian Mbappe's wage package, no transfer fee, but you're talking about a signing on fee. Now, when you sign a player of this caliber, humongous signing on fee is needed to tempt him, an incentive. Sign for us, don't sign for Real Madrid, or don't renew terms with PSG as well, right? He would be due a loyalty payment of PSG as well. So he's going to get a buck. Either way, he's a megastar. He's absolutely filthy loaded, filthy rich. I love it. I'll get there one day. Maybe not. Okay, so humongous wage. You sacrifice a few transfer windows. He's your only signing of the summer. Maybe balance it out with a few outgoings as well. But we don't really have outgoings, which will generate a huge amount of transfer budget, which is straight away going to hit accounts, because Chelsea have been doing it, selling their academy players, which will balance the books, because that amount of transfer fee instantly goes against any offset value over the duration of contracts and expenditure previously, whereas when you amortize the contract over the length, that's done over a period of years, but the transfer fees an instant whack on your books in the black, okay? In the black in accounting when you're doing your dual ledger bookkeeping. We don't really plan to sell players unless we sell one of our forward lines, which would be unfortunate. I guess the most obvious one might be Lucho Diaz. There's links there. He's his dad is flirting with Barcelona, but once again, Lucho's got a high ceiling as well. He seems settled here. He's a fun-loving lad, and he's playing good football as well, and it might be a step backwards. And another reason why it might be a step backwards, because even let's say you bring Kylian Mbappe with all his assets, all his talents, all his capabilities into Liverpool, how long will he stay at Liverpool? Will there be some kind of 2 to 3 years and get out? Will he cause trouble from day one? Will the team have to revolve and be built and structured around him, which sacrifices the efforts we've gone to release Trent and sacrifice the team for enabling Trent, which is why he's getting those huge statistics, huge numbers, and actually helped us propel to the top of the table. So you have to consider Mbappe, and Mbappe will be played to his strengths, because when you sign such a caliber player, you're signing him to win. He wants to win things as well. So there's no way that Klopp would say, rigid system, Mbappe, you've got to slot in on here on the right hand side, or you've got to do this. No, so the team infrastructure and tactics will be changed to account for Mbappe. Now, will other big players be happy playing second fiddle to Kylian Mbappe? So here's the thing, as a professional player, you've got kind of 2 types. You've got the type who just wants to win at all costs. Whatever Klopp says is absolutely right. Okay, Klopp is the be-all and end-all of this Liverpool FC team, because he dictates the tactics on any given day, the shape in training, and what we're trying to do, the phases of play and the patterns in between the players as well, and what we're trying to achieve to get the players in the right positions. Now, Mbappe will have to fall in line to listen to Klopp, because there's no way that Klopp is so weak-willed to let Mbappe take over. Now, that might be failure or flaw number 1, because how long until Mbappe speaks up and says, no, I want to play this and I want to do this, I want penalties, etc., all that kind of stuff, right? Could happen, but Klopp is strong enough to handle that. I would respect Klopp and the team big enough to handle that, and they've had a good relationship. They've got a good rapport already. They've established communication lines, because Klopp has spoken to Mbappe in the past. But it's okay, global superstar here. So eggs all in one basket in terms of a transfer fee, in terms of wages, in terms of tactical infrastructure as well. We want to get the most out of Mbappe. Salah is obviously aging. He's our talisman right now. Long term, we need a replacement. Is it Mbappe? It's a different system, therefore, because he's not left-footed. He's right-footed. He likes to play on the left-hand side, so cutting in. But we have a lot of left-sided players as well. Now, this is transfer fees for getting him in, and the wages for that season? Will it cause dressing room unrest? You know, they're like, at the end of the day, you can only put 11 players on the pitch. This is not FIFA or fantasy world where you put the strongest 11 and they win all the time. Otherwise, Greece never would have won a Euros. Portugal shouldn't have won that Euros. Champions League, Liverpool 2005 would never have won that. Look at that AC Milan team. My goodness, look at that AC Milan team. It's about tactics, players, personnel, talent, hard work, luck. On any given day, anyone can win. If you've got a great manager, great tactics, players who never say die, play with the heart on the sleeve, go all out, reach the pinnacle of their absolute performance on any given day on one appearance, could earn them a huge transfer. Look at Amrabat, right? Amrabat, great performance internationally. He's at Man United, and he'll never reach the standards he reached there because Moroccan team is set up for him and perfect for him, and he reached the absolute max of his capabilities. But yeah, I digress a little bit. Basically, Klopp will facilitate the tactics. Mbappe in, great. But you know how contracts work, right? That's wage for season 1. There'll be yearly annual wage rises. Ouch. So you've got such a huge number, and when you times it by percentage, 20% increase, that's like a whole new player's wage just on his increase, his annual increase. No doubt he'll get a big increase on that. But it's okay. You can offset it, right, by selling shirts, Mbappe shirts, Kylian Mbappe shirts. Worldwide, everyone wants Kylian Mbappe shirt, except for the fact that this type of player knows his value, knows what he's worth. You're never going to get him without handing over a huge percentage of his image rights, if not 100% of his image rights, just to placate him and his mum and his agent and all his entourage as well. So you're not going to make your money back through shirt sales. At least you're going to have to sell a humongous amount to get your percentage of those shirt sale profits margins to cover for him as well. Okay, fine. But what about kind of sponsorships and, you know, big kind of emblazoned logos and everything on your shirt and stadium naming rights and all that kind of thing? We're not going to do stadium naming rights because Anfield is holy, right? So cross it off straight away. Sponsors, we still got some way to run. I think we recently renewed or something like that. So nope, that's not coming in either. Sleeve sponsors aren't going to do huge amount. So where are you going to claw back your money? It's going to be through player sales. Now, if you sacrifice so much, you've sacrificed transfer windows, you've sacrificed your wage allocation, wage budget, you've sacrificed your limits of reaching financial fair play, you've sacrificed your tactics. Let's look at personality. So Mbappe, he probably MCs, probably DJs, cool kid, really stylish, very prominent. He's got his little pose there. Trent's copied it one time. Who does he get on with? So I can straight away see Van Dijk. Van Dijk will get on so well, like, you know, they'll be like bros, right? Broskies. Curtis Jones had a bit of gangster about him. He would like that as well. Did you know that Curtis Jones could actually play for Nigeria? I think it comes from his grandparents' side, something like that. So he's got a little bit of gangster about him as well. Cody Gakpo, he's smooth but really good, mature head on young shoulders. Speaking of which, Mbappe is actually quite mature for his age as well. But, you know, that spat with Neymar, that's fun to see. So a lot of these players would get on really well with him, but then the kind of shyer ones, right? Like I think Elliot would be intimidated but really respectful of Mbappe, and then you've got the younger kids coming in as well, you know, wow, global superstar but a bit intimidated in his presence. I think you're going to need a global standing in the game to really feel comfortable with such a global megastar, best player in the world, at least top 3, coming into the dressing room. And you got players like Wataru Endo-sama, Emperor Endo. He'd probably be singing that song by Shania Twain, right? You don't impress me. You're like, okay, Kylian-san, I get ball, pass you, you shoot, goal, Champions League, Premier League, onegaishimasu, you help me, give you a present, onigiri, something like that. I don't know. You can't imagine Wataru Endo, you know, just being like, what's up, son? We got Mbappe. I can imagine in the national team squad, right? Imagine like he's still in the Asia Cup, Mbappe signs a pre-contract agreement with Liverpool, and hit all of those guys in the international squad, right? Keito Nakamura, Ito, Ono, all the players talking to Endo, like, whoa, Subarashi, Mbappe-san. And Endo was just like, But I digress again. Let's get back into the concept of all eggs in one basket in the Kylian Mbappe. Okay, you've done everything to facilitate the transfer. The finances in place. He's adjusted onto the playing pitch, okay? Your ideal scenario, the perfect scenario, is he plays in the system that Klopp envisages for him. He makes an instant impact. He scores goals. He assists goals. Now, let's get back onto that contract situation just for a second there. I digress a little bit. Goal bonus, okay? So Mbappe is sure to fire in goals. He always fires in goals. No point in bringing Mbappe if he doesn't score the goals. So he'll be on a huge goal bonus because it works for everyone, right? So if he scores goals, Liverpool win matches. You'd hope so. At least puts in a better position to win matches. Now, you're going to need to couple that with a good assist clause as well, because if he's only got a goal bonus clause, right, he's not going to pass. He's not going to assist anything. So you need to couple the assist and the goals together to make sure he just wants to get anything to get the money, dollar in. He's probably got a winning mentality, so it doesn't matter that much. Don't know him personally, but you'd assume that he's always going to score or he's always going to pass it, and just as long as the team wins, he's happy. However, that goal bonus can be a double-edged sword, because Mbappe is like knife through butter. He can cleave through the opposition. So imagine the situation where we're 3-0 up and Mbappe scores a hat-trick, 6-0. That doesn't do anything particularly for Liverpool. I guess goal difference, right? Sure, he might get the golden boot or anything like that, but you've just lost 3 goals worth of goal bonus against the minnows in goals that don't really matter. Now, you always say the first goal really matters. If he gets enough first goals or enough winning goals, or turns losses into draws or draws into wins, maybe you can justify the fact that when he scores those goals to crush the opposition, though he's a can crusher, he can destroy all the lower league opposition really easily, right? He does that in the French Cup. But every time he absolutely demolishes the opposition, you're paying dollar bag out to him again and again, and maybe unsustainable depending on what the goal bonus is. Okay, let's get back into that one-man band concept, all eggs in one basket. What if he gets injured? On hot fire, on form, does his ACL, does his medial ligament, dislocates a shoulder? Then what? You've literally adjusted the whole tactics, the whole training sessions, the whole infrastructure of the club, the global rights and global images, worldwide supporters backing their man Mbappe, and he's injured. What if it's a career-threatening injury? What if he's never the same player again? And this is only assuming that he hits form in the first place. What if it's a complete doomsday scenario that he doesn't hit form? He whines, he moans, he complains. Other players in the dressing room aren't happy with his personality, his appearance, his demands. You can see him clearly disrespecting the setup of Klopp or doing his own thing on the pitch. What if he flaunts his money and flashy cars in the stadium and he gets injured as well? Wow, I wouldn't like to think of that. That would be painful. Okay, so some pros, some cons. A lot of cons, unfortunately, financially and in terms of fit. But as a culture, as a Liverpool FC football club, can you really... is that the type of signing Liverpool go for? And how would you feel when Kylian Mbappe signs for Liverpool? So we've been throwing accusations at Manchester City, Moneybags, and Chelsea, Moneybags, and endless riches backed by government of Real Madrid, Galacticos, and PSG, backed by oil nations and all this kind of thing. And then we put the bag out, all out for Kylian Mbappe. That's the same feeling, if not times 100, of when we bid for Moises Caicedo at that amount, at that value, with that one really good season on his back, bringing him and McAllister together. Now, Caicedo is a good player. I still think he's a good player. But you can see, it doesn't matter how good you are. You can only put 11 players on the pitch, and if you don't fit the tactical setup, you don't get on well with teammates, or you just have a bad day or bad performances, or you become rash or too keen to impress, you might play under par. And for 115 or 116, whatever Caicedo costs, Mbappe, even though you won't have the upfront transfer fee, you're probably paying that anyway in signing on bonus, and over the duration of his contract and the time that he's at Liverpool, it's going to cost you an extortionate amount more than Moises Caicedo, without a doubt, right? So you can't even compare Caicedo and Mbappe in terms of finances, right? It's only that huge inflated transfer fee up front that Chelsea paid, and Romeo Lavia as well, 60 million or something, right? Yeah, anyway, if you put all your eggs in Mbappe basket, he better be a success. Now, this leads back to the original question. Not just is it a Liverpool signing or Liverpool way, or would you be happy to see him succeed considering you've basically bought in the best player in the world with an expectancy to score? It's kind of, okay, you win things, but does it bring you the same satisfaction? I don't know, there's something about me that really, really liked that performance by Igor Biscan against Juventus when, was it Carragher or centre-back was suspended or something? And the fact we play Letelek, and against Olympiacos, when we came back, it was Nunes' header into Neil Mellor, Florence Cinema Pongo before our talisman Gerrard, boyhood hero, wham, captain, smash it in. That kind of feeling is, even Darwin Núñez, Agent at Chaos, not the complete package job, but when he does it, when it all clicks together, when he scores the winner, when he does that flying head against United, when he celebrates like a beast and does his goofy faces, or he's holding a fish, I want to back that. I get more satisfaction, is it masochism? I don't know, by a Núñez succeeding at Liverpool than a Haaland succeeding at Liverpool. And in the same way, if Gakpo, Jota, Núñez, Lucho Diaz, or someone of that ilk and sort who have the ability to reach those high standards, maybe not the Mbappe standards, if they win us the game and they do it through the coaching and the tactical setup, rather than a Kylian Mbappe coming. Now, don't get me wrong, Kylian Mbappe comes, I'll support him 100% without a doubt, and I'll be so happy. An amazing player, and Liverpool actually did. I could not believe it. Let me rub my eyes. Cannot believe it. Liverpool signed Kylian Mbappe, and he's won us the Champions League with a hat trick, right? Of course, I love Liverpool above and beyond any player, above and beyond any coach, and anything like that. But it doesn't seem quite right, the dynamic, winning with a Kylian Mbappe up front, and how long before he wants to leave. And when he gets towards the end of his contract as well, you're not getting a return from, most likely he'll either down tools, painful back, but he can't leave anyway because who can afford him, and in that case Liverpool will be screwed because we'd have leverage, or he leaves at the end of the contract, in which case, thank you for the contributions there, but it just doesn't quite fit. And then also, think of the amount of work that's needed to get in a Kylian Mbappe, right? You're probably all hands to the deck, all your best lawyers, your best agents, your best contact, time out of Klopp's calendar to convince him to talk to him, all of the setup. You might even need your catering staff ladies to give him a chat to say, we'll make your favourite French grub, come in here, we'll cook it for you every day, we'll put you first on the list, let us know what you want, we'll cook it for you. In which case, Carol, the dinner lady, needs to be on form here because she's our star, right? She is our bread and butter. Literally. But yeah, all hands to the deck for something that may not be a guarantee because he might turn us down anyway, right? And that means you've lost all of your high profile agents and Klopp's time and every planning to get him here, and he might reject you anyway. But let's say, for example, he does come. Well, in the event that we do need to sell him or get rid of him, or we're down tools, or isn't playing to his potential, any of that, we're going to need a contingency plan, because now you've restructured your whole shape. You've basically built up a squad, Liverpool 2.0, with all these amazing players, amazing talents, with a system that suits everybody and has propelled us to the top of the league. And you kind of, rather than adding to it, having to transform and change it to suit the superstar who may bring you to the next level, when we're already kind of at that level as a club anyway and as a team anyway. You're going to need a contingency plan for life after Mbappe, because you can't count on him being the super loyal, love Liverpool from day one, never leaving Liverpool, loyal Scouse lad, adopted Scouser, Mbappe, Paris, France, voulez-vous coucher avec moi, that kind of thing. I don't know. That's definitely the wrong French phrase. But you got to have a life after Mbappe contingency plan and transfers, how to fill the void, which is very disruptive because will it happen, won't it happen? Klopp's focus needs to be on the game day in, day out. So I think there's too many mitigating factors that have potential for disruption from what we're trying to build. Now, if you flip it on the other side, instead of Mbappe, if you focus the energy on those 3 key players that would cost the same as Mbappe's contract over the lifetime of the contract: right winger, backup, successor to Mo Salah; defensive midfield libero who can play alongside Wataru Endo, learn from him and maybe one day overtake him and take over from him. But Endo-san would be hard to budge. He's absolute quality, right? But Endo-san might be like, hey, I'll give you a chance. You go play. You go win. If not, I come on. I get goal. Like he did against Fulham. And then the top-notch centre-back to complement Van Dijk and Konate and Matip and Gomez as well. You could probably sign them 3 players for the same price it takes to get Kylian Mbappe. And this is the Liverpool way and the Liverpool ethos, building that squad and strength in depth and to battle on all fronts. That accounts for injuries as well, and accounts for rotation, tactical variations as well. So really eggs in all in one basket. I know a lot of people would love to see Mbappe play for Liverpool. I would too, and I'd use him in Pro Evolution Soccer, I'd use him in Football Manager, I'd use him in all that kind of stuff, fantasy football as well, right? So he'd be great for FIFA, for Pro Evo, for, it's not Pro Evo anymore, is it? Like eFootball or something. I never played eFootball, but I did like my Pro Evo back in the day. And on Football Manager, he might cause trouble in down tools as well, because they would have programmed all of those possible variations as well. My goodness, you put in Kylian Mbappe and then he's doing well, he's scoring a goal, and then 3 weeks later, transfer request put in, his mum says, not happy, can't suit, it's raining too much. Yeah, so Football Manager, realism. But you need the face packs and you need the real names, right, as well. They've been masking some names, but yeah, I love Football Manager, good fun. Haven't played it for years though, it's a time sink, isn't it? So yeah, please do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Would you like to see Kylian Mbappe come to Liverpool? Do you think he'll come to Liverpool? Do you think there's even a 1% chance he'll come to Liverpool? My gut feeling extends at PSG. He's French. He's a Paris boy. He's a poster boy for PSG. They can give him all the money and riches that he wants. They don't really care about money, to be honest, and they can chop and change and trade players. They really should have focused on up-and-coming youth from the French leagues, French talent, Algerian talent, Ghanaian talent, because they could have built an absolutely immense squad underpinning all of the world-class talent on top of it. When they went with Lavezzi, Cavani, Neymar, they went for the wrong approach. A lot of these players are good players. Verratti, for example, Rabiot, PSG really had the opportunity to make a dynasty, make a huge success, get all the best youngsters in the world-class training academy and facilities, and on top of that, creme de la creme, you have your Mbappe leading up front, that kind of thing as well, right? But they didn't do that, and now they're learning the lessons and trying to revamp the squad in the way that it should have been done in the first place. With obviously Mbappe is a crown jewel because he can single-handedly win you games, which is the appeal of Mbappe. He's so good. He's so good. He's really, really good. Unplayable on any given day if he turns it on. But tactics are there to nullify opposition. You can only play 11 against 11, and Liverpool and other teams as well have world-class players as well, which is why PSG haven't won the Champions League. So, does Mbappe fit at Liverpool? Don't really think so. Could we afford him? At a stretch, possibly. Is it financially sensible? I don't think so. What's the likelihood? I think he'll extend at PSG. He'll extend at PSG and he'll extend at PSG until Real Madrid are backed into a corner where there's no established centre forward or striker that really fits what they're trying to do. And the only sensible, logical choice would be Kylian Mbappe. But then again, a player like Haaland would really, really suit Real Madrid as well. I think if Man City get done by financial fair play and all the penalties and whatever, and Haaland leaves, Haaland will end up at Real Madrid. I don't think Mbappe really suits the tiki-taka style of a Man City Guardiola anyway. Man United aren't in a position to really afford Mbappe. He wouldn't go to Chelsea because Chelsea are absolute in shambles at the moment. Barcelona couldn't afford him either. So in world football, that kind of leaves you with Liverpool and Real Madrid. But he'll stay at PSG, at least for the next 2 years, I'd assume. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe as well. Miyazaki Man Ichiban. Yeah, 10k subscribers. I'm feeling really optimistic. I'm loving all the comments. Thank you so much for the interaction. This is a little bit different than the normal video, but I feel hopefully I've done it justice in terms of the requests from the viewers, the comments, the DMs as well, with my thoughts to Kylian Mbappe. Hopefully that sheds some light on what Liverpool are looking to do and the different behind the scenes implications of Kylian Mbappe. Until next time, Janet.